the whole election discourse, there are issues. But who exactly is talking about the issues that should actually be part of the discourse?
What is the PDP's concept of national security? What is the APC's concept of security for Nigeria?
The APC intends in 2015, after winning the election, to provide millions of jobs.
Every single violence in Nigeria has been as a consequence of reaction to political bad feelings. Now we have this challenge called Boko Haram. We are the first in Nigeria's history to actually instruct soldiers to shoot, to kill those who kill Nigerians in mass.
On behalf of the Center for Democracy and Development, I welcome you to this first edition of Nigerian Political Parties Discussion Series, moving from discussion to debate. The whole essence is, how do we get the dividend of democracy in forms of public goods and services delivered to the people?
The truth are, for 30 years, we have not had trainings in our army. And we came into the democracy, and most politicians felt comfortable that the army didn't have the capacity to actually do coup. Now we are challenged by Boko Haram, and we have been doing all we can.
Jobs is the main purpose of APC in its manifesto when it forms government.
The PDP government has actually thought about the security on the long term, and we thought inclusion is the only way to solve this.
What is happening today is not something that just started yesterday or 4 years ago during the Jonathan presidency, but it's a culmination of so many things that were happening. And during the PDP era now, they could not contain, they could not address or manage the situation.
We looked at the elementary issue, and we thought I had been a champion for the abolishment of elementary because it stands as the largest, strongest impediment for inclusion of young people in a tomorrow's country where they will have the tools necessary for them to compete and succeed in a market system that is premised on competition, that is premised on merit.
My colleague here should, as a matter, have a broader education of what Al-Majiri system is. There was nothing like Al-Majiri school. It's a creation of PDP to institutionalize that social menace of street begging.
The relationship between a robust economy and the security situation in Nigeria is one that has been talked about over time. The insinuation here is that the Nigerian economy of today is not as robust as it ought to be, and that your party, the PDP, has run this economy for 15 to 16 years and has not run it as well as it ought to be. And that's probably why we have security issues, or part of why we have some of the security issues that we have today.
The PDP is responsible for the first time in Nigeria's history for the longest period of unbroken economic expansion. 16 years, untouched, unmatched by any other person on the continent.
During the period from 1999 to date, when the PDP is in power, everybody knows that the economy is declining. Not these cooked paper reports that will show that the economy is healthy. Simple thing. Look at the Naira. It's the value of the Naira. It has declined by over 100%.
If you're getting 6 billion naira, according to what was allocated to 2014, and we still don't see results, what would your parties do to actually ensure that more of this money is actually cut off from the recurrent and added up to the lagging capital expenditure?
What plans do the parties have post-amnesty 2015?
What really is the specific content of this manifesto that is intended to actually address the issue of the youth?
How well are you committed to the code of conduct that speaks about ballot-free elections?
When we are asking about your programs, we're not talking about antagonizing, and that is one of the things that is very critical.
Any of the leading political parties, should you form government, what will be your reaction towards serious allegation from senior military officers about donation from governors.
Is it wrong for the opposition, all the parties, to come together and work together to move the country forward?
Would the party, your party, the PDP, Dr. Onanuju, encourage negotiations with terrorists?
Yes, we will negotiate with people we believe are genuine.
About they will not just encourage. We will do it. We advocate it, not only with insurgents to negotiate with the insurgents, but we are a party that believes in constructive engagement with any group that feels something else.